How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Uh, Doing
We're
great. Is everything
Guys,
okay?
I've been trying to message you like forever, and messages have been like going crazy. So here we go.
All
all
right. So,
right.
are we still able to get Jim on? Do we want to try that,
Yes, we
or
can do that. Let me try to do that right now.
No, heck, well, yeah.
why don't we do
Uh,
this? Why don't we rock through the next 8 minutes at the half-hour break? You'll throw up the news.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So just don't call him.
Wait. Yeah. Wait 8 minutes or so.
Wait till the half hour.
All right.
Oh, all right. Dude, did you see my Liam Neeson post?
You know what? I did see that. What an idiot! I'm sorry. What an
Yeah.
idiot!
That thing is rocking. I never throw the numbers out there, but that thing is going crazy. So here's the headline, or should we just say what he did?
No,
No, let's.
do the headline, walk through the whole thing. I mean, you're at a 500,000 views on this thing, dude.
You
So
know,
what's the deal?
well, it's the reason we're at 500,000 and climbing is because it struck a couple of nerves. Uh, Headline: Liam Neeson slams the United States and absurdly uses Paris terror attack to push his political agenda. Okay, so we'll get to the hypocrisy in a bit. But he, in a recent interview, has to be a recent interview, last couple of days, does and I'm sure it's heartfelt, but he does I was going to say obligatory, but makes the comments on the attack. Quote, first, my thoughts and prayers and my heart are with the deceased and certainly with all of France yesterday. Okay, so he makes it the day after. I've got a lot of dear friends in Paris. That was great, right? But then there was no video for this. I'd have loved to have had it. But in his mind, then, he thinks that this provides a perfect opportunity to push the gun control agenda, right? He dives into that, and not only does he do that, and this relates to Housem's "what an idiot" that he didn't finish, but believes, as do I, and I'm guessing the majority of the people who are reading the post. Last time I looked at it, it may be down a bit now, but there was 9 to 10,000 people on that post on a regular basis. But here's what he said. Okay, quote: "There's too many effing guns out there, especially in America. I think the population is like 320 million. There's over 300 million guns privately owned in America. I think it's an effing disgrace. Every week now, we're picking up a newspaper and seeing yet another few kids have been killed in schools." So let's stop there, Michael, and you just comment to date as it relates to what we just said.
Well, a couple of things. Number one is I'm a fan of Liam Neeson. I just a week and a half ago watched Love Actually.
I am
Loved
too.
his.
Dude, I love that movie, believe it or not. I've probably seen that thing 5 or 6 times. I love him as an actor.
He's a great actor. Yeah, Rob Roy is one of my very favorite movies. I mean, he's a great actor.
Okay, so here's where the hypocrisy comes in, right? Um, for those of you not familiar with the Taken movies, I mean, obviously, plays a pretty badass gun wielding dude, former CIA guy. The third movie about to come out? In the first one, he learns that his daughter has been kidnapped by human traffickers for sexual slave trade. He goes to get her. Obviously, he does some pretty badass stuff along the way, including with guns. So, but now, he and he said also, this is incredible. He doesn't think that movies featuring guns encourage people to buy and commit crime. All right, let's don't decide either way. But he says, quote, "A character like Brian Mills going out with guns and taking revenge, it's fantasy. It's in the movies, It doesn't mean they're going to go out and say, yeah, let's get a gun. Is it just me, or is there a bit of that's me, or a bit of hypocrisy going on here? I mean, you can't." Dude, I just don't get it. I really don't. Like, what did he have to gain by saying that stuff?
No, well, there's a couple things. Number one is the hypocrisy piece, which you point out. But the other thing that comes to my mind, there are 300 million guns. 300 million guns in America, and what percentage of those guns shot anybody yesterday?
That's right. That's a good point. You know, and the end of the post, and it needs to be talked about. Even the Washington Post, you know, not exactly a right wing publication, spoke to this and spoke to France's tough gun control laws. And this is from the Post. This is a short summary. There's no right to bear arms by the French. To own a gun, you need a hunting or sporting license, which needs to be repeatedly renewed and requires a psychological evaluation. And it asks the question, Washington Post asks the question, why didn't France's gun laws, and this is to your point, save the Charlie Hebdo victims? You got WAPO coming out like that.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what? I think these questions at the very end are so good, man. Especially, I love this at the end. I'm going to read it, Mike, because it's going to be, and I'm going to compliment your genius and brilliance in it. By the way, if Liam Neeson had worked for Charlie Hebdo, would he have wished he had a gun when the attack began? I suspect the answer is an emphatic yes, even if he would never admit it.
And we know thank you, by the way, we know that that's the answer. And it's the answer for all of these rabid anti-gun folks. Just as we've talked in the past about, so-called torture, waterboarding and sleep deprivation and the horror of piping in loud rock music, they'd have done all of the above and more if one of their family members or other loved ones were going to be killed in the next 24 hours. They'd do everything they could to get them back. So the hypocrisy on the left, you know, and just, oh my God, it's part of why I do what I do, man.
Yeah, you see something like that, and you absolutely have to jump on it. And it's, I have no idea what Liam Neeson's politics are. Do you have any idea beyond this?
Well, I think this is a pretty good indication. I know he's, I don't want to say pro-Muslim, but somebody shot that to me on Facebook, and we'll have to check that out. But I would not be surprised. Pro-Palestine and the whole bit. You know, that's probably what I should do. And anti-Israel. It's got to be the case. Got to be
right.
The case.
So I just Googled it. Here's the deal: is obviously he's born in Northern Ireland, strong Catholic family. So he's on the bad side of Northern Ireland.
All right, dude, we got to get out of here. We're under 10 seconds.
We're out of time.
Liam Neeson. Okay, you guys, we will be back after the break with Jim Riley. Going to be fun. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Missy Bordius. Join me as I share my womanly bits on the Conservative Feminist Show, 11 p.m. on Fridays, here on Vigilant Liberty Radio.
At Independent Journal Review, we publish news that is objective, fair, and entertaining. As one of the top websites in the United States, it's our duty to bring the absolute best to our readers like you. IJReview.com, your number one source for news and entertainment.
This is Chuck Dixon, the co-creator of Bane, and you're listening to Vigilant Liberty Radio.
Coming soon to Vigilant Liberty Radio. The Edge of Anarchy. Mondays on VLR. Hey, this is Johnny Cates, author of Buzzkill, and you are tuned in to Vigilant Liberty Radio. Get it on.
At Independent Journal Review, we publish news that is objective, fair, and entertaining. As one of the top websites in the United States, it's our duty to bring the absolute best to our readers. Readers like you. IJReview.com, your number one source for news and entertainment.
Well, welcome back to the show. This is The Right Mics with Mike Miller and Michael Hausum. Believe that we have negotiated successfully through the Scylla and Charybdis, the rock and the hard place of our technical issues over the last hour. Thanks for holding on and listening. I think not only did you have some live radio, you were able to get a little behind the curtain with Miller and I.
Which normally is only that's by subscription, so they should feel that was a bit of a tease.
So did we just give that away for free then, Miller?
I think we did.
Okay,
but again, that shows the graciousness of our hearts.
You know what? Capitalists aren't without hearts, as it were, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to do, I want to introduce our guest. James Patrick Riley is on the line with me. Now, just as a kind of a personal anecdote, Jim lives up in Oak Glen, California, which is up above, it's kind of just below, if you're familiar with Southern California at all, he's kind of just below Big Bear Lake, up above Palm Springs.
Across the bay from San Francisco.
No, man. He's he's Southern California.
I thought you said Oakland, California.
No, Oak Glen.
Oh,
California.
see, I didn't hear. You know, the battery's going on the hearing aid, but my mistake.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Southern California, if you're on the 10 freeway out to Palm Springs, you take a left going north at the dinosaurs along the 10, and 45 minutes or so later, you're up in the beautiful foothills of Oak Glen. Now, here's the thing. I have been taking my kids to Riley's farm up in Oak Glen for about 15 years. I think my oldest, who's now 20, I think she was 3 years old the first time I took her up there.
Wow.
And we did apple picking and all kinds of interactive stuff up there. And about a year ago, I became friends with Jim on Facebook. We run in similar political circles here in Southern California. And it's funny, you know, I've been on Dennis Miller a bunch of times. I've been on various other radio shows and TV shows. You know, I get stuff published on various places. None of those things mean a single thing to any of my children. They literally could care less. When I showed them that I was friends with Jim Riley on Facebook, all of a sudden,
You were cool.
all of a sudden I was cool, man. It was as if it literally was as if I was friends with Walt Disney on Facebook.
Wow.
So, Jim, welcome to the show.
Too kind.
Welcome, Jim.
Well,
And by the
it's
way,
great to
I
be here with
don't
Mike,
want hearing aids.
Mike and Mike, you know, it's a great way to host a show because I get confused as to who I'm talking to.
Just call Hausum Michael.
Mike and Michael. Okay, all right. But yeah, it's great to be here. I appreciate you inviting me on the show.
Yeah, well, thanks so much, man. Now, if I were to go through your your bio and your background has a lot of different things in it that's particular, and I'm just going to read it straight off here. Jim Riley, the owner-operator of Riley's Farm in Oak Glen, California, founder of Colony Bay Productions, father of 6. He performs as Patrick Henry, supervises a living history program